The Royal Rumble was 2 days ago and it received a pretty negative reaction from wrestling fans across the internet. People were disappointed and thought it was one of the worst shows in the history of the pay-per-view. I'm going to come on here and say that I disagree with those people. I personally enjoyed the pay-per-view and thought it wasn't that bad. It definitely was not the best Rumble of all time, but it was actually pretty good. It wasn't terrible. I enjoyed it, and I'm going to break down the key highlights from this premium live event that made it actually good. The first match of the night was Roman Reigns defending his Universal Championship against his former brother, Seth Rollins. This was easily the match of the night. These two men told a beautiful wrestling story. Seth Rollins used psychological warfare before the match even started when he came out to the Shield's entrance music. Rollins even brought back the vintage attire with the bulletproof vest. The only thing that would have made this moment just a little bit better was the blonde streak in his hair. Unfortunately, that did not make a return. I know, so sad. Reigns looked absolutely furious and even a little doubtful in himself. As soon as the bell rang, the match got on its way and it was wonderful. I think it's safe to say that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are wrestling soulmates because every time they step foot inside the ring together, it is magic. This was no different. In the end, Reigns had Seth Rollins in the guillotine hold and Seth eventually got to the rope break. The only problem was that Roman Reigns did not break the hold and was disqualified. I loved that ending. The Tribal Chief usually is not afraid to win a match in clean fashion. However, he's never beaten Seth Rollins, and it truly seemed like he was afraid of his former brother's persistence as well as the history they have together, that he would not win this match if they continued. The only way to protect his title reign as well as his family's name was to lose the match via disqualification. I also find it interesting that Seth Rollins managed to break Roman Reigns and his composure. That is something that not many people can do, and it almost seems like his ex-friend understands the weaknesses of this egomaniac. Like I said, that is beautiful storytelling. And then you had the recreation of the Seth Rollins heel turn on the Shield. That just made this moment even better. I cannot comprehend how people did not like this ending. It was such good shit. It also makes me want to see Seth Rollins join this WrestleMania main event. Rollins, Lesnar, and Reigns technically had a match at WrestleMania 31, and I say let's run it back. The Women's Rumble match was pretty decent. It wasn't anything too special, but it wasn't horrible. The WWE could have probably booked it a little bit better, but it's not something that I'm going to be mad about. The only thing that I didn't like at all was Sasha Banks and her booking of the match. The WWE made her return feel like such a big deal on SmackDown that you would think that she was going to have a huge role in the Rumble match, but she didn't. She came out as the first entrant and lasted only 9 minutes. I would have loved to see her make it to the final 4 or at least, until the final 10 or whatever, but the fact that she left so early was just sad. WWE messed up there. Hopefully, they have big plans for her when WrestleMania comes around because Sasha Banks is too big of a star to not have something meaningful to do. I thought Ronda Rousey, though, was the perfect winner. She made her return at the show as the 28th entrant and won the match. We have not seen her since 2019, and this was a good return, and her winning was definitely the right call. I just wish there weren't spoilers all around the internet. It would have made this moment a lot better. Rousey did look a little rusty, but I know she will be fine for WrestleMania. I do think that Ronda needs to pick Becky Lynch tonight on Raw, but I wouldn't be too mad if she does have a feud with Charlotte. I just feel like Becky versus Ronda should happen now instead of 2023, just because you never know what could happen until then. I would say this year should be Becky versus Ronda, and then next year could be Charlotte versus Ronda. The next important match that I need to talk about is Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Some people were disappointed with this match, saying that it did not live up to the hype. I will also have to disagree with that. I feel like wrestling fans have such unrealistic expectations that they get upset when reality doesn't meet their expectations. You have to realize that the WWE is trying to appeal to a wider audience, which is their general audience fan base. As much as you would want to see a 15 to 20 minute technical match, that isn't the story that this match needed. I feel like this isn't the last time that Lesnar and Lashley are stepping foot in the squared circle. This is just the first time, and I guarantee they will meet again. Lashley will definitely want a clean fight because he probably won't be happy with the fact that he needed help to win this match. Even though Bobby isn't happy about that ending, I was. Roman Reigns ruining this match just draws even more heat to him. This man literally ruined two of the huge matches at this pay-per-view that people were so excited about. You can't be a bigger dick than that. That is why I thought this was so good as well. Paul Heyman double-crossing Brock Lesnar was the icing on the cake. WWE hit it out of the park with the storytelling for this Lesnar and Reigns feud. I love it. It is some of the best work, and I feel like people are overlooking it because they didn't get the dream match they wanted, which was never really the dream match the WWE wanted to give. You got to realize that the story in your head is not the story that's going to be played out every single time. In the last match on the card was the Men's Royal Rumble match. I thought this was a fun and entertaining Rumble match. It wasn't as good as the 2018 or 2020 Men's Rumble match, but I think I enjoyed it just as much as 2017, 2019, and 2021. AJ Styles had a really good showing, which convinces me that there is something big in store for him when it comes to WrestleMania. Johnny Knoxville is more strong style than Shinsuke Nakamura. Omos got slightly better and is perfect for the general audience fan base of the WWE. Kofi Kingston botch, but it happens to the best of us, and WWE could even turn this into a storyline. Bad Bunny proved that he's already a WWE legend. This man literally went toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar and wasn't even afraid. Bad Bunny, like I said, is already a GOAT in WWE. I don't care what you have to say, he's one of my favorites. Shane McMahon came back and is going to have a WrestleMania match that people don't think is going to be good, only for it to be fire. And Brock Lesnar was the perfect choice to win the Men's Royal Rumble match. Roman Reigns dropping the title and then winning the Rumble was my prediction, and I wanted to see that happen, but WWE went with the opposite, which works as well. Brock Lesnar came at number 30 and destroyed everyone in the ring. It's believable because the man is a beast and he was screwed. I thought the Men's Royal Rumble, along with the entire show, was good. I was entertained, and I can say that WWE is much more enjoyable when you don't try to overanalyze and create fantasy bookings in your head that lead to fake expectations. Sit back and enjoy the ride, and I promise you will like WWE a lot more. I did that, and I had a lot of fun. The 2022 Royal Rumble was actually pretty good. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.